Welcome to Colts Beer, the podcast where football fever meets cold beer. Here we talk all things Indianapolis Colts, from epic touchdowns to close games to the hottest NFL rumors. Sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and let's tackle the next quarter together. Go Colts!
Hello everybody, welcome back to Colts Beer, 12th episodes. We're talking about the 7-1 Colts. I'm Andreas, welcome everybody in the chat. My beer of the day, so we should have JJ in here, he will join us, but he's just talking to Cam Bynum, he said, and so he's a little bit late. Because of that, I took a stadium beer for today. It's the Yuengling Lager. I know it only from Indy. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Yeah, for me today, my local shop is still stocking different German beers every week, I think, for Oktoberfest. So today, in honor of Berlin coming up next Friday, I've got an Augustiner Brau. Is that right, Andreas?
Yes,
that's close. So from the Heller beer from the Munich area, right? So cheers to the 7-1 Colts.
Yeah. So I use today again a Schwabenbräu from Marcel. It smells like it's okay beer, not my favorite kind. So, but this is the last can. I need to use it.
It seems like Marcel is your personal Colts beer sponsor.
The whole time we are calling, hey, you need new beer for your podcast. I think he's my, my beer dealer.
We all need a Marcel.
Just quickly talking about Marcel, Eric from the Blue Crew Indie reached out to me on Facebook today because I think he was trying to post some things on the UK group. So he mentioned you guys. So he says give you a little shout out. So
he's one of the nice persons.
Yeah,
I remember we was in his house for dinner. So and he was nowhere. Gina, where's your man? Upstairs. Here's podcast. Really, we are sitting in his house and he's going to a podcast. So Marcel and me was going in his bedroom to crash the podcast of the Engel Crew. I love Mini. He's a really nice guy, and his Mustang is amazing. Lucy is a nice car. He was with it at the training camp for the Colts. So it is a white Mustang Cabrio. So with blue seats and Colts. Carly was calling, hey, bring it on the field. It looks really amazing. 5 minutes later, the media guys from the Colts, oh no, it is not a Toyota. We need to put it away. We have contracts. Really amazing.
Let's get a Toyota sticker. Just put it over the side of it.
In Germany, at the tailgate experience, we do the same. There's no logo on the car, only the Colts. Contract in the States is crazy.
Before we started, the chat was already pretty active. Glad to have you all. It's like Sebo saying hello. Andy, hands up, what's the 7-1?
How about them 7-1 Colts?
And the next one, hey guys, Lucas from Brazil representing head coach Brazil here. Welcome, Lucas. Glad to have you here. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. So Sunday, I mean, Jonathan Taylor. Should we just end it there? We'll just say Jonathan Taylor, and then we'll look at Pittsburgh.
It's just saying Jonathan Taylor. Shake our heads and can't believe it. Right now, did you guys ever saw a running back to the first 8 games that good?
No. I mean, I saw. I can't remember who was talking about it today. I saw a clip from somewhere, but it was the last running back to get the MVP. I think he had 14 total touchdowns across the whole season, and he won MVP. I think it was LaDainian Tomlinson. Might be wrong there. It was either Tomlinson or Sean Alexander.
It was AP. Adrian
Oh,
Peterson.
AP, sorry, yeah. And JT's got that through 8 games already. Like, it's, I know, and everyone keeps talking about it, and even the guy, the Colts pundits that I follow, Zach Hicks and people like that, they're still saying, it's going to be Mahomes or Drake May, I think is up there right now. But if JT keeps up with this pace, if he genuinely has 28 touchdowns come the end of the season, like I think you have to ignore the quarterback running back argument and just say, like, the guy scored more. He's going to end up scoring more points than any other player. Like, he's got more points than all of the kickers right at the moment. I think he's the highest scoring player in the league right now, which is just insane.
That's a fun thing when you see that JT running back and then kicker.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, he's playing out of his mind, but obviously we got to give the flowers to the offensive line because they are ridiculous right now. And the Titans, obviously they were missing Simmons, and some of them looked like they were making some business decisions in the backfield on some of them tackles. But the offensive line, like, just everyone is just playing lights out at the moment. Braden Smith is looking like the right tackle that he was a couple of seasons ago. Rahman is looking like he was worth the contract that he got paid. We thought he was anyway, but he's showing up after getting his money. And I mean, the biggest surprises were probably Bortolini and Gonsalves. I know that obviously we thought they'd be good players, but I wasn't quite expecting to be as good as they've been so far this season. And then obviously, this guy.
We were both
Andreas came matching today. I mean, he's like Hall of Famer. Just put him in Canton now. Really, it's crazy.
Travis, pretty sad news about him today.
Yeah,
about his dad. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope he's fine soon. Just not just because we need him on the field. He should take his time. But yeah, I hope he feels better soon.
Yeah, definitely. What did Andreas? I'll ask you the question. What did you think about Daniel Jones on Sunday?
Every week he's good, but he's not the reason why we win that games. For me, it's still JT, the O-line, and Tyler Warren wasn't a factor that big that Sunday. But yeah, it's JT and the O-line carry that offense that much, and everyone else just gets. Okay, it's so easy for everyone else with these two positions, when it's a O-line Tyler position, balling out that hard. It's like all the time. He's doing good. He's barely not doing any mistakes. Some passes again were like that one Pittman catches in the end zone could be an interception easily too.
This is the idea to throw in small windows.
Yeah.
On the other shoulder would have been perfect.
Yeah, maybe. I think the how early he threw it, I don't think the defender ever had a chance of being able to turn his head on that one. Sorry, it felt like it. Well, I think he did draw a pass interference, right? He just caught it, so it got the flag was picked up, but it would have been PI if he didn't catch it. But I mean, what a catch! Pittman had a great game Sunday.
Pittman was great again. Pittman is like, I mean, we don't have that 100 yards receivers, but yeah, actually we don't need it at the moment. We haven't.
Yeah, well, because we keep taking everyone off in the fourth quarter because we don't need to play on the fourth. We don't need to play the guys in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and back to JT when he's running for 170. You don't have to catch that much balls.
No, exactly. I mean, if we played JT in the fourth quarter, he could have legitimately had like 300, 320 yards. It would have looked like a college game stat, I think, from JT, the way he was running. But yeah, for me, Daniel Jones, it probably was his shakiest game, I'd say. Obviously, the Rams game, he had a couple of interceptions, but I thought first half he looked a little bit shaky, and then second half, everything just seemed to click back into gear. The deep bomb to Pierce, that was a great throw. Good, great catch from Pierce as well. Guy's just anything deep that's in his catch radius, he's coming down with the ball, or he's going to at least draw a flag. But yeah,
Just think about our defense on Sunday. I mean, at the end of the day, you can say bend but don't break, but because they didn't get up much points. But sometimes it was like, wow, what are we doing there in the midfield?
Yeah, it did feel like 14 points was quite flattering for the defense on Sunday. I mean, I will say this, and I hate to say good stuff about division rivals, but the Cam Ward might actually have something there if they can. If they decide to put like an offensive line in front of him or give him any sort of talent outside, he looks like he could be a good player. So
yeah, and the problem really, our defense has allowed 240 yards from him. Mm-hmm. A guy who was the whole time in pressure. There was no cover at the field. Sorry, only red zone was okay, maybe good. The rest, really, our cover is so bad. So yeah, we can hope Shadarius will make it much better and Jalen Jones will grade it up. But usually we need to trade for a cornerback. That is Pratt is a tackle guy. Yeah, okay. The run stop is better. So Franklin does the same, but there's no coverage on this point. So so 40 points is okay, but if you look at the allowed yards and over the whole season, there's the red zone is good. Really, our red zone defense is okay. I think we are scored the whole time, so we have some more drives at usually this time. So and in the red zone it is okay, but yeah, over the field is too much yards. The whole time we go around 400 yards allowed. That's too much. So, and for the playoffs, you know, you saw it against the Broncos. The Broncos hasn't a good offense at this game. So, but the defense was so good that we are not over 30 points. So, and the game is really close then. So, and Chargers game, the only reason why we stand there, the pressure is okay. Yeah, the sacks, we need to bring him down, not only pressure, but the coverage is open. So Herbert has 400 yards. And the same, go back to the game against Brissett. Brissett isn't a top quarterback, but if he gets some time, he makes yards because pressure is there, but no coverage. So, and this was some games on this point. So for me, the defense is a big problem for a deep playoff run. We need a better coverage.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on whether it should be an edge rusher or cornerback that we try and trade for, but I'm in the same corner as you now, Christoph. I think it's got to be corner. We can't pin our hopes on Jalen Jones coming back and suddenly balling out. Obviously, he's been injured for a while now, so he's at least going to take a game or two to get up to speed. Javarius Ward, obviously, fingers crossed, everything's good with him and the concussions, and he's back. I think he can be back for the Chiefs game. I think after the bye, right?
Should, yeah.
So that would be massive for us. But yeah, a stud cornerback in this defense could change everything. Because like Christoph says, we're we are getting pressure. Yeah, the sack numbers are not really what we want them to be, and some of that Sunday was Cam was escaping the pressure. He was doing a pretty good job of that. But generally, the defensive line looks like okay to good. Like it's not great, it's not flashy, it's not unbelievable, especially on the edge. You know, DeForest Buckner and Grove are still awesome. But I think it's serviceable on the edge. I think if we get a corner, that could make a world of difference to this defense because Cam Bynum is playing pretty well. You know, you're not really seeing him in games because he's just not not really been targeted. I think, you know, defenses are realize that he's a good player, so they're staying away from that court. Sorry.
Give me a second. Our guest arrived. So far with
hey guys.
Hey JJ.
Hey
JJ.
Really sorry I'm late. We're running around here today, so.
Hey, no problem at all.
No worries. We are just starting to talk about a little bit about the Titans game.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, everyone don't know who we have here. It's JJ Stankewitz. JJ, I think the most Colts fans know you, but would you like to say just a few words about yourself?
Sure. I'm the Colts team writer, so you can read all of my work at Colts.com. I'm the host of the Colts Show podcast. This week I had Tanner Bortolini, our starting center, on the show. I just finished taping an interview with Cam Bynum that's going to run next week on the pod. And I'm also our game day stadium announcer. So I'm the public address announcer at Lucas Oil Stadium, and I will be in Berlin, hopefully with all three of you, doing the stadium announcing for our game next week against the Falcons at Olympic Stadium, which I am just thrilled about being able to do. It's such a neat opportunity. And I know some of you guys were over at Lucas's Garden Colts House party. And I said to all of you there that, you know, Lucas Oil Stadium, I think for my money is one of the top 3 or 4 best atmospheres in the NFL. And the fact that we get to bring a lot of pieces of our game day in Indianapolis to Berlin is going to be a really special thing that we're able to do. And I hope everyone gets a chance to experience what a Colts game day is like at Olympic Stadium.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I can't wait. How's you polishing up on your German, JJ, for the stadium?
So we do have a German PA announcer who will be a part of our presentation. So I'm going to leave the German to him instead of clunkily trying to translate and on through Google Translate. I guess I maybe should have done one of those like Duolingo subscriptions or something, but I'm going to leave the German announcing to the German speakers, so I don't screw anything up there. So
smart move. So how was Cam?
He was good. He was very good. We talked about one of my favorite things we talked about is like people don't really understand what safeties do, because on the TV broadcast, right, that you're watching on RTL or on, I'm guessing, Sky Sports or whatever it might be, the copy is zoomed in, so when the ball is snapped, it zooms in on the quarterback, and you don't know where the safety is at all. If he's playing a deep cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, whatever it is, you don't get to see him, and it's like, you only get to see a safety if he's making a play or whiffing on a play in a lot of plays. So we had a good conversation about like what it takes to play safety in the NFL. Interesting stuff there. We talked a little bit about his outreach efforts in Manila and in the Philippines, where he's from. And then, we ended talking about how excited he is to bring American football to Berlin and, bring the sport that he loves to an audience in Germany that, in Berlin, there's never been a regular season NFL game, right? So a really neat opportunity that I think he and a lot of these players on this team are really embracing.
That's awesome. Yeah, we can't wait to see him there.
I think I just saw today the video from his reactions to the JT touchdowns on Sunday. That's so much fun too. Yeah, we have a little bit of activity in the chat. First of all, we have a Brazil, a guest from Brazil. It's Lucas. Yeah, and he was just excited to see you here, JJ. He's saying, "Oh, great that JJ is here. Big fan of your content, man. Hope we can catch up in Berlin before or after
Yes.
Colts win."
For anyone, for you three, for anyone watching this, I will be emceeing things at the Colts fan zone at the Das Center in Berlin Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I will not be having a pint on Saturday because as soon as I'm done, I'm going home and going to bed, or going back to the hotel and going to bed because I got a long day Sunday announcing. But Thursday and Friday, when I'm done on the mic, come find me. Let's go have a pint or a liter or whatever it might be. Liters are more Munich, as far as I understand it. But let's go have a beer, if you will, for you guys' show. It'd be really, really nice to catch up with some fans and get to meet some of our great Colts fans from around the world. Because I mean, I know I've interacted with some of you guys, but seeing your backdrops is like, God, this is awesome. This is so cool that we've got fans who are so knowledgeable and so passionate in Germany, England, Brazil, all over the world. It's such a neat thing that we get to do, and we get to share with folks not just here in Indiana, but across the world.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool to have someone from our European podcast from Brazil in here. That's pretty cool thing. So yeah, you said you're bringing a lot of stuff with you to Olympia Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a bit? You always said you're bringing the anvil.
Yeah. That's I don't know if that's on a boat yet, but it is making the trek across the Atlantic. It's too heavy to put on a plane, apparently. So that is making the trek. Scooter will be performing the touchdown song. I Like It Loud, which is such a neat thing that we've kind of embraced around here over the last couple of years. We've been playing it a lot this year, that's for sure. We're bringing our cheerleaders. Blue will be there. You'll hear my voice. It's going to be really neat. We're bringing some of our game day elements that we put on our video boards. So, everyone here is really hard at work to try to bring as much of Lucas Oil Stadium over to Olympic Stadium as we can. I've been in countless meetings about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And it is going to be a really fun show that we're going to put on Sunday, but also, at the Das Center Thursday, Friday, Saturday, some really neat stuff we have planned there. We're still finalizing a couple of details, so hang tight on that. But you're going to see some of the greatest Colts players of all time showing up there. You're hopefully going to see some current players popping over. You're going to have myself. You're going to have Lara Overton. You're obviously going to have Bjorn Werner over there. So it's going to be a really, really fun time. And I would encourage anyone who's in Berlin, stop by 6 o'clock every night. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come on by. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. Not the Thursday. I don't get until Friday, but from Friday to Sunday, I think I'm going to spend most of my time at the Lindenbrau, the Das Center. Yeah.
Good comment from Andy. If anyone wants to sing it,
you know what to do, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's kind of like the dance that every European soccer player does after winning the Champions League or the World Cup. It's the same like this, Yeah. So.
I mean, I think it was in Frankfurt. I talked to Caleb, and he was like, "Oh, when we decided to do it, there was really worried about what will happen." And then the first time, people totally get crazy inside the stadium. So yeah, it's a huge success having that touchdown song.
Yeah.
I have a question from the Australian Colts crew on you.
Okay.
Only the chat is not working on his PC. So, what was the weirdest or most funny request you ever got at the Colts Stadium announcer?
Great question. Let's see. So before every game, we do a toddler race. So we take 3 kids who are 2 to 3 years old, and they race for 40 yards. And I do intros for them, and we go over the top. We make them kind of like wrestling intros. And we ask the parents of the toddlers to submit like funny things about their kids. So one of the kids, every morning he would wake up and he would yell, "Mommy, it's time to come get me." So as part of my intro for him, I yelled in my announcer voice, like, "Mommy, it's time to come get me." Well, one of my coworkers here has a little soundboard, and he can press a button and it'll play a sound, and he added that to his soundboard. So occasionally I'll walk into the office and I'll just hear myself saying that. So that I hope that lived up to the question, because that's a great question. But yeah, it's me yelling, "Mommy, time to come get me," over the microphone at an NFL game, a huge professional sporting event that is taken so seriously here in this country and across the world. And here I am yelling, "Mommy, it's time to come get me."
That brightens the office on a Monday morning if you're having a tough day.
It sure does.
Wait. So we have another question in the chat. It's Sebastian. He's asking, how do you imagine the future of the Colts? Is it 3-4 years with Daniel Jones and draft the quarterback late in the 20s, or do we see AR again at the Colts? What could be Carly's plan? But what's your opinion? What do you think about it?
It's a great question. I think the important thing is to answer the last question first. And the plan is, from what I've understand my conversations with Carly, is that this is you have to, as an ownership group, you do have to take kind of the broadest view of all of this. You can't be so, up and down with the week-to-week results. Obviously, you want to win every game, but I think she has a really good handle on what a good owner does. And that is, you have a process, you stick to the process, and you don't vacillate on it based on the emotions of the moment. So right now, I mean, the process right now is probably changing based on how well Daniel Jones is playing. But it still is a process. It's a long-term process. I think it would be, I know there's reports out there that the Colts certainly want to, keep Daniel Jones around. I think that is pretty obvious at this point based on how he's playing. Look, for Anthony Richardson, right now he is hurt. He had this kind of freak accident. He had a procedure recently. He could be able to come back this year. We'll see, but this is Daniel Jones' team. And I think for when we get to the end of the season, I think then you'll figure out, okay, is he going to stick around here? How long is that going to look like? The Colts do have levers that they can pull to make sure he sticks around here if they want him to stick around. But Jones has been a guy who has been just everything is advertised and more, in terms of not just obviously you see the play on the field, but his professionalism, his attention to detail, the way that he meshes with Shane Steichen. It has been really remarkable to see all of that. And, again, we'll kind of get to the end of the season. We'll see how far the Colts can take us and kind of make a, determination from there is what I would expect you'll hear from the Colts front office.
Sorry, Andres.
Go on.
No, I was just going to ask, what's Daniel Jones, the person, like around the building? Obviously, you see things from ex-teammates that, I mean, Saquon Barkley sings his praises as loud as I think any ex-teammate I've seen of someone. So yeah, just interested to know what he's like around the building.
Teammates love him. I mean, they love this dude. And, he can be a little reserved in the media and press conference settings. And he really is one of those all ball type guys who just, he's here for football. But, guys, they go out to dinner every week. He's, great hang there from everything I've heard. So a guy who has not only built the trust with his teammates, but is someone who they really do want to be around. And they want to win for him. They want to win with him. And it may sound obvious, it may sound kind of, trite or whatever, but like that doesn't always exist. That level of connection from quarterback to the rest of the team. And Daniel Jones has certainly forged that with the Colts, and it's been really neat to see.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you think about Jonathan Taylor right now, JJ? I mean, we were talking just before you came on about MVP chat and how we all know it's a quarterback award sort of nowadays, but if he keeps this pace up, I mean, how he couldn't be mentioned at least would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a mention. Like at this rate, what he's doing, and there's the whole crowd of like, well, running backs are a function of the health of the rest of the offense, and to an extent, that's true. It's hard for a running back to overcome a bad offensive line. It's hard for a running back to overcome an offense that can't throw the ball, but. And the Colts have an offense that can throw the ball, and they've got a very good offensive line. But I would challenge the people who don't think Taylor is deserving of that consideration to just turn on the tape and see how many runs it's two things. It's how many runs does he take that they're blocked up to gain 7 yards and he takes them for 20. And then there are runs that something might have gone wrong with the blocking, or the other defense just played it great. And what he doesn't do is take losses. He'll get you 1 or 2 yards, which keeps you ahead of the chains. If you run it on first down and you're sitting there at 2nd and 13, it is a huge difference if you're sitting there at 2nd and 8. So much more of Shane Steichen's playbook is open on 2nd and 8 versus 2nd and 13. And Jonathan Taylor just does not get negative runs. No matter what you're doing as a defense, he is going to find a way to get positive yardage. And that is so important to an offense, especially one in the Colts that I almost feel like every time the Colts start a drive with a positive gain, I'm like, well, they're just going to go score. And even if it's a yard or two with Jonathan Taylor, it's like, they're going to be fine. So to not have those negative plays is such a driver of this offense. And the Colts have the best offense in football right now. They are undisputedly the best offense in the NFL by points per game, points per drive, all the EPA, all these stats. And Jonathan, you're not doing all that without Jonathan Taylor, certainly.
He's such. Yeah, when you see him, you have to like him. Is he really such a cool guy as it feels on the camera?
Yeah, another guy who every single teammate loves. I was talking to Mo like Cox about this after the game Sunday, and Mo was like, on some teams, like the star player is sort of separate from the team. It's kind of like you almost have to go through someone to talk to him. And he's like, JT, there's none of that with Jonathan Taylor. He is one of the guys. He is, just as approachable as he's always been. He's never someone who is walled off from his teammates because of his success. And that's really cool. That doesn't exist with every team. That is not something that you can take for granted in the NFL. And the Colts have it in Jonathan Taylor, a guy who is a really cool dude, who is not full of himself, who is not, a diva by any stretch. The Colts don't have a single diva on this team. It's amazing. And that is what also makes a lot of this team very special.
When we talk about Jonathan Taylor, Andy's question here is quite correct. Per accident, Sam and me both wearing the 56 today.
You guys have great taste.
Andy is asking, 2 guys wearing 56, so I can ask about Big Q's impact on this offense. We reference much more nationally. It's been phenomenal. Q is also a guy. I think if I have to choose one, I want to get the Beerus. I think I would take Q.
He is, the way that he's playing this year, he's always been this good, but the stuff the Colts offensive line is able to get to in the run game is really cool, because they have 5 guys who are athletic enough to kind of pull out on plays. They can climb to the second level. They're not just like a bunch of road graders, which works great for some teams. These guys are all very athletic, and they can really make guys pay at the second level and, when they're on the move. but they're also versatile enough to go, hey, if we need to block straight ahead to get Jonathan Taylor what he needs, we can go block straight ahead. And Quentin Nelson's the leader of that. And as a leader of the team, there are not many offensive linemen, I think, in the NFL that are as good of leaders of the entire team as Quentin Nelson is. He's the first guy sprinting 50 yards downfield to go, high five a teammate. He's one of the first guys to, dap up the defense on the sidelines. Like he is a leader on this team. He has embraced that role. It is something that is so important to this team because Quentin Nelson's not only one of the best players on this team, he's one of the hardest workers on this team. He sets a tremendous example for everyone who puts that horseshoe helmet on.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it just there, JJ. I think the sight of seeing Big Q pulling is probably one of the greatest sights in football.
Beautiful.
I mean, unless you're a secondary, unless you're a cornerback, and I see that,
yeah.
I'm
making a business decision.
Yeah.
I don't want to get run over today.
Kind of just fall over and hope he trips over me. Maybe would be how I.
Yeah. That's a penalty too. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I think it was also 1 or 2 years ago. The Colts get out the video with Q getting people up. Well, what you said. He's running 50 yards. If someone is on the ground anywhere, the first one was there. It doesn't matter where on the field. Is Q with his hand and get the people up. That's so fun to see.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's ingrained in him. That sort of mentality is very much ingrained in him, and it's really cool to see.
So,
great question, Joe.
Joe here.
So, to answer Joe's question, it's hard to say I'm expecting something to happen because the trade deadline in the NFL is very finicky. The Colts may want to go out and get someone or, a player or players to add to this team. They got to find a trade partner. They got to find a team that is willing to say, you know what, we're not going to bother winning this year. We're going to trade these guys and we're punting on our season. There are very few teams in the NFL that are willing to give up on a season. No matter what their record is, no matter what their, the position of their franchise is, there are very few teams that want to trade players. I remember when the Colts traded Nyheim Hines 3 years ago. And, it came right before Frank Reich was let go. But, they were 3-4-1 at that point, and they traded Nyheim, and it was probably the right thing to do in that moment from a team building standpoint. But that locker room was like a morgue after that because players are like, oh, well, guess the season's over because it sends that message. And even if you're 1-7, like the New York Jets, you want those guys playing as hard as they can. And, guys know ultimately, right? But you don't want to send a signal necessarily that we're just season's over. So it's hard to find trade partners. Will the Colts do it? We'll see. The trade deadline is in less than a week now. It's 4 p.m. Eastern time on November 4th. So it's 10 o'clock your guys' time, 10 p.m. your guys' time. We'll see. But I think I think efforts are probably being made to augment this roster, but that doesn't mean they're going to be successful. And that has nothing to do with Chris Ballard or the Colts front office. It has everything to do with just like finding that trade partner is not always easy.
You say just as a Colts fan, how much would you give up right now to really take that deep push?
Yeah, that's a great question, Andreas, because I think it's easy to sit here and say, well, yeah, you should trade 2 first-round picks for, whoever, or let's go, trade because we're on a run here. But again, that's where you kind of, you do kind of need to take a broader view of this. And the Colts have several players after the season who will be free agents. Alec Pierce, Nick Cross, Kwity Paye, Samson Ebukam, Tyquan Lewis. All those guys are going to be free agents. Daniel Jones also could be an unrestricted free agent, So there are a lot of those guys you say, well, we don't want to lose them, but you also can't keep all of them based on the NFL salary cap and how it works. So you probably are going to need to replenish this roster with draft picks. And if you trade those draft picks for a guy who's going to be here for 9 games, you're going and chasing that, they say here, flags fly forever. You're chasing the Super Bowl ring, but you are potentially giving up the long-term stability of this team that all of a sudden you drop the right quarterback in there and it's like, this is a really good team. So it's a really interesting decision. It's not one that I think is as cut and dry as let's go trade a 2 for a great player on defense and never think about it again. I mean, you might miss that second round pick in less than a year if you do that. I mean, look at the Chicago Bears, where it's the cost of doing that. So they went and they traded a second round pick for Montez Sweat a couple years ago. Montez Sweat's a good player. They extended him. Really good football player. But they probably are missing that second round pick right about now when their roster does look like it has some holes. And they're maxed out a little bit in terms of what they're paying guys. So there is kind of a push and pull there. It's not, again, as cut and dry as like, just go get this dude and everything will be fine.
On the other hand, you always have the LA Rams.
You do.
They're given the house for Matt Stafford. And yeah, it worked out.
Right. But the Rams' secret was that they had a ton of picks in like the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round. So they weren't actually ever short on picks. They were short on high picks, but they were never short on like total number of picks. And with the right, scouting and drafting and developing, they still were able to find really good players. Like Kobe Turner, I think, was like a 4th round pick. So yeah, they're still able to do it.
You mentioned. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you can go first.
No, I was just going to say you mentioned the Chicago Bears, so we have a kind of a running joke that we have to cheers to Ryan Poles every time that the Chicago Bears get mentioned for letting 84 head to Indianapolis. What kind of
don't forget
someone like Tyler Warren, who just
some water,
who's so ready for football from day one? What kind of a lift does that give in this offense, having someone like him?
It has put everyone in this offense in the place that they are best able to succeed at. That's what Tyler Warren has done, just as a presence. And then as a force on the field, the Colts are able to run the ball out of 11 personnel, which is 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back, right? They're able to run it out of 11 personnel because Tyler Warren's just kicking ass as a blocker, like right off the bat. That does not happen in the NFL for most rookie tight ends. They are not as technically skilled as a blocker as Tyler Warren is, but he's stepped in and done a fantastic job with that. They're able to use him all over the place. He is a huge part of the versatility of this offense, where Shane Steichen's able to use him in a number of different ways, in a number of different spots. And I think he's unlocked a ton within this offense. When you look at the differences in this offense from last year to this year, the 2 biggest ones are Daniel Jones and then Tyler Warren. And it's not a coincidence that those 2 guys have stepped in and really helped elevate everything. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Tanner Bortolini and Matt Gonzalez in there, who have played really good football too. But Jones and Warren are kind of your 2 drivers to me of the success of this offense this year in terms of new players.
Yeah, it's a great time we actually live as a Colts fan. I mean, we talked about JT in MVP conversation. We talked about Q and Protector of the Year conversation. We have a Rookie of the Year in our team. So yeah, it's just fun for the moment to be a Colts fan.
I do need to get out of here in about 4 minutes to go get my kids. But I do want to really quickly answer Peter's question, because it's the offensive line and how well they've played. Kind of like what I was just talking about with Bortolini and Gonzalez coming in. I'm not surprised at all that this offensive line is still playing really well. And that's because offensive line coach Tony Sprono Jr. does a fantastic job. He is a tremendous coach. He cares so deeply about his players. He coaches every single person in that room. And he's got a really good eye for talent and guys who are going to be good fits. Chris Ballard has said he leans on him a lot during the draft process in tandem with our scouting staff. And I am not surprised at all that the Colts offensive line, even losing 2 really good players in Ryan Kelly and Will Fries, has been able to maintain this level of success. And it starts with Tony Sprono Jr.
Before I leave, two quick questions. First, when we talked at Lucas, I asked you when we should start checking flight rates to San Francisco. No, just kidding.
Well, yeah. Hey, I mean, like I told you, just set some money away for it. Put a couple euros away, and just don't do anything yet, but maybe just if you really want to go to the game, it might be worth it to just start a little investment, or piggy bank there. Yeah,
Those
I
wheels
think
might.
all of us already talked to our wives, I think.
yeah, but that's the most important thing. It's not the money. That's the most important thing right there. Yes.
Or if we haven't, we have now.
Yes, you have.
Look, before you leave, we didn't talk much about the Steelers game, but what's your prediction for the game?
I think that this is a game where I'm looking for Daniel Jones and Tyler Warren to have a big game, and that based off of what Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft did on Sunday night, I guess Monday morning for you fine folks. I would look to those two guys to have a big game. Pittsburgh's defense is allowing 25 points per game. They are not the unit they have been. Having said that, they still have T.J. Watt. They still have Jalen Ramsey. They still have Mike Tomlin. So you got to take them seriously. But they have not been the kind of butt-kicking unit that we've been used to over the last couple of years. So we'll see. I mean, this might be a game where the Colts do need to win it somewhere in the 30s to somewhere in the 20s. But it's a game that I do think the Colts are well positioned to go in there and be competitive. And by the way, this is probably the toughest atmosphere the Colts have played in all year in Pittsburgh. That is they do a great job there. Their fans are fantastic. It's going to be loud. It's going to be raucous. The Steelers are viewing this as a huge game for them because they're trying to now hold off the Ravens in the AFC North. So it'll be a test, but it's one that I think the Colts are equipped to handle.
So, thank you very much for being with us, JJ.
Yes, I will see all of you in Berlin. Please come find me, and we'll have some fun out there. I'm looking forward to meeting all three of you.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
No, for everybody that is watching, we'll talk about the Steelers game for a while. I'm sorry I wasn't able to ask that to JJ because he was about to leave. The best team in football won't get a primetime game until week 16. Any rumors out there in India about any other game being flexed into primetime? I think I read something about that the Chiefs game might get flexed.
Yeah, I mean that looks like a no-brainer. Assuming that we both kind of win, because who is supposed to be primetime that week? And that's week 12, right? NFL. Yeah, I mean, right now the primetime game is Sunday night primetime is Rams-Bucks, so that might not get moved. I mean, that's a pretty decent matchup.
Monday?
But Monday Night Football, which I think can be flexed. I don't know whether it can be flexed in week 12. Someone would have to tell me the rules on that. But that's Niners-Panthers. That could easily be flexed. So that would be where I'd look. Maybe Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I think we can prepare on that game for Monday Night Football. So yeah.
I mean, just a shout out to JJ, very cool guy. Great to have him on.
Yeah, it's really fun to talk to him. Yeah. Again, if you're going to watch it again, JJ, thank you again. You're always welcome back here. So, yeah, let's get into the Steelers game a bit. What I am worried a bit about, the best thing to beat our defense right now is with a strong arm. Yeah, and we're playing against Aaron Rodgers. So if Aaron Rodgers decides to go crazy that day, that could be not that good. Well, what do you guys think?
For me, it's usually we will have a big problem at the defense. So you don't need a good game. Standard game of him is enough for 300 or more yards against our defense. So and he is a guy who can read a defense. So he will score some points. The offense needs to be on the field with some points to win this game. and their D-line of the Steelers is really strong. I think that is a problem too. Maybe, yeah, the game is really close.
Didn't
Yeah,
JJ just said it? They are on 25 points allowed per average. That's really much.
Yeah, I watched the Packers game.
I don't tell that they have a really good defense. I told they have a D-line.
Yeah.
The secondary isn't good, but the D-line can bring some pressures on point. So, and JT needs to be first row. He fights against the D-line. So that is the only what I'm thinking. Maybe we are good enough. Then it's easy if the offense are rolling. But the defense, there's no secondary on our field. So, no coverage with the cornerback. So this is better because the secondary with our safeties is really amazing. But we have a good D-line, we have good safeties, and between this, there's a hole.
Yeah.
When you're just saying that, how much impact will probably Jalen Jones coming back have on Sunday? I mean, he's coming off pretty long injuries, and he never was a number one cornerback, but he's a solid number two coming back. Well, what do we expect of the impact having him back?
Yeah, I mean, one, I'd imagine if he does, assuming he plays, I think he was a full participant in practice today, so things are maybe looking good. One, I guess it'll be at least on a snap count, so he probably won't play. He'll maybe play 50% of the snaps, maybe on defense if he does play. But that being said, I mean, while he's not a cornerback one, he's an upgrade on Edwards. He's probably an upgrade on Blackman as well. So it's going to help. The one thing that I would say about the Steelers, obviously Rodgers, like you said, he can sling it. He doesn't have great weapons, to be honest. DK Metcalf is DK Metcalf. I think we'll probably struggle with him. He'll be open in the middle because the linebackers can't cover. But outside of that, they have Austin, who looked poor against the Packers, and they got the tight end who was about is it Darnell Washington? He just looks ridiculous, like how big he is. So I'm not particularly scared about their offense. The thing that scares me is more our defense than their offense, is what I'd say. I'm more worried about what we've got defensively than what they've got offensively. On the offensive side of the ball, I mean, thankfully for us, our strength is the offensive line. I think if they play how they're playing, I think that we're going to have plenty of opportunities for Daniel Jones to carve them up in the secondary. They did add Carl Rugger, I think, yesterday. They traded for Rugger from the Patriots. So they've got a little bit of help in that secondary, but it's not that he's some like all-pro or anything like that, but they've got some help there.
Yeah, I mean, he will probably long-term be a help for them, but he's not a plug-in and play player. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel as good as I can about a Steelers road game because historically I think we won the last one, but we've had some tough times there in the Manning days with Roethlisberger. It was always a tough place to go and play, which is what surprised me. Obviously, JJ alluded to it. Their crowd is normally great, but did you guys watch the Packers game? Did you see any of the highlights? I thought it was a Packers home game when I first watched it. I was watching the game in 40. I thought it was a Packers home game. The Green Bay fans traveled very well to that game.
Yes. Yeah. How is the run defense from Pittsburgh? Christoph, you usually know things like that?
Sorry, what?
The run defense from Pittsburgh, how good are they?
You don't know the stat only on the run defense, only the whole defense stats. Wait, I can use the run defense says 49 yards per game. No, it's done. Sorry, allowed is not current. I only can tell you the defense is really okay. More. I haven't at the stats now.
No worries.
I mean, on Sunday night, it wasn't great, but like it was a weird one. I'm just looking at the stats now. Josh Jacobs only went for 2.5 yards a carry on 13 touches. But then their running back 2, Emmanuel Wilson, went at 5.5 yards a carry on 11 carries. It was hard to tell because, I mean, Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft, like JJ alluded to, they absolutely tore that defense up. Like, tight end was just wide open constantly, lots of yards after catch. Like, he was catching it short and he was running for 30, 40 yards. So it's definitely going to be promising for Tyler Warren if that defense plays like they did on Sunday.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the way JT's playing right now, you can't really... Obviously, Josh Jacobs is a good running back, but it's hard to say, Jacobs only got 3 yards to carry, but JT's going to struggle because JT's on a different planet at the moment.
Too good, this guy.
Yeah. What do you think about Andres Sunday?
Yeah, I think we should win that. It's kind of a coin toss game. You can win. You should win that, but you absolutely can lose that. So yeah, and I would go with that. You should win that. I mean, I was worried about before the Titans and Cardinals game that the team maybe take it a bit too easy because, it's like when everybody saying, "Oh, you already won that one before the game started." It's the worst games you play. Though on this one, I mean, there's much more focus on the team because they have to win it. They want to win it. I'm pretty sure it's also a little bit of more impact that they want to travel to Germany with a win. So yeah, and Christoph and me will already been in the Colts house on Sunday.
Oh, you going Sunday for the watch party?
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we would send some pictures from there.
Awesome.
With blue.
Yeah, blue's coming too already.
Sweet.
And some of the shears. So you can see Andreas with around 20 girls.
Like this.
I don't know. Maybe Irina makes a hit and he's out of the game. Maybe.
It's a hard life, Andreas. It's tough to be you, right?
So we all send pictures with the girls, and Andreas sitting on his table and says, "No, easy."
I can show you my black eye afterwards.
Yeah, no, for me, Sunday, if that's at Lucas Oil, I'd be penciling the win already. I'd feel very confident. The only thing that gives it the edge is it being on the road. Heinz Field, or do they still call it Heinz Field? I don't actually know if that's what they call it anymore, but Heinz Field to me, yeah, like, is always going to be a tough place to go. But I'm still putting in a Colts win. I think we'll score again. I think we'll score. I'm going to go 32-21 Colts.
2 is wild.
Yeah, I like. I want a weird number. I'm going 32.
Yeah, I'm going. We put in numbers usually, so I will go 34-24. We have 10 points. Christoph, what's your prediction?
37-28.
So,
8-1 incoming, guys.
Huh?
8-1 incoming.
It would be awesome. I mean, I absolutely can't remember how it is having a record like this. I mean, I was Colts fan back in the days with Indy, but I really can't remember that time because on that time I didn't follow every game. I wasn't able here in Germany to follow every game. So yeah, it's just amazing to say at the beginning of the podcast. Welcome to 7-1 Colts.
Have you seen today the not podcast? What was the name? The conference for the NFL game with the NFL Germany and Berlin government.
What?
They are really fired up because the best team of the NFL is coming. So the whole time, every sentence was, "We do this, and the best team is coming." So the whole time, you looks all are fired up because this is different. I think after this event, if we win against the Falcons, so we will go much more. We get more fans for the Colts. Because this offense makes really, really fun, and the games are really, really nice. So, okay, a blowout is not nice for fans to watch it. Maybe for Colts fans, yeah, but if you stay at the halftime against the Falcons, maybe 20-7. So, and the end of the game is 40 to maybe 20. It's not so nice, but I hope there's a closer game with a clear win for us. Yeah, it's more funny for all of the guys there. If you win easy like the Titans game, so hey, it is the fourth quarter. Practice squad, come in. So, not so nice.
More Riley Leonard.
Yeah, this was That was the first time I was thinking, okay, Richardson is really amazing.
But Christoph, maybe
Riley Leonard didn't throw it to himself. I mean, like, is he even that good?
But for you to want to have a blowout win, if the starters don't have to play in the fourth quarter, they can stand in front of you in the stadium when you're sitting in the first row behind them.
Yeah, it would be really amazing, but there's the grave. So,
running track, yeah, running track.
So the distance is a little bit too much. Maybe we need some of the telescope. And get us your jersey.
The stuff I don't know what to call them in English, when you put trash, when you grab trash,
litter grabber, yeah,
litter grabber,
one that can extend. You just keep pulling out.
So it's my.
But I mean, even more reason to win this Sunday, right? If the German government are talking about us being the best team in the NFL, we've got to come with 8-1. We've got to keep up that best team.
So, guys, I think we can wrap it up for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the active chat again. Thanks again for JJ joining us. It's awesome. Next week we will have another special too. I don't know. We haven't decided if we go live or not. But
we go live. There's no question.
Okay, we will go live next week again. With Andy from the islands, with Eileen from the Germans, and Ulrich from the Austrians, and Janice from the Indie Blue Crew. So all of our fan club representatives will be with us next week. I hope it's going to be a great podcast. We are still not sure how we will make it, that not everyone is talking all the time, but we will figure out. And see you guys next week.
And important, Eileen and me at the Colts house, so we can show you the first pictures of the Colts house live.
Yeah, Eileen and Christoph will go live out of the Lindenbräu, Berlin. So,
Awesome.
guys, see you next week. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for listening. Cheers, Colts.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Go Colts.